Ronald Ellis, and Ellis, the veteran move, holding on to Benavidez.
That's the first time in this fight he's really held like that. And maybe an indication that we're getting ready for the end of this match.
Man, he is fighting fire with fire, and you got to be careful after against a guy like Benavidez.
Listen, you're not going to win this fight anymore. I think it's time to pull a plug. He learned a lot from this fight. He showed a lot. He showed hard. You know, he's still game. I'm not saying he's not.
And you're absolutely right, Abner. And in boxing especially, a loss can be so devastating when it's it. Great stoppage by the referee. And you know, Ronald.
That was really, really hard to watch. Actually, in round 8, it was getting difficult to watch. David Benavidez has grown on me. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he beats Canelo. No, but he's going to provide something that we haven't seen Canelo fight. One thing for sure is that 6'1", you know, according to BoxRec, closer to 6'2", you know. He is a fighter who actually fights tall, and he's got fast hands. But you know what I keep seeing as I was sitting here watching this fight, and I've been trying to cover this fight and watch it for the last 12 hours. Nobody's fault, but I was having some technical issues, especially with my setup and interface. Also, before we move on, shout out to Ronald Ellis because he came to fight. But he got his ass beat. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live, meaning uncut. Well, it is cut since we take jump cuts. But you kind of get where I'm going, right? What you saying? What's he saying? What's he saying? What you saying, Jose?
Give us your grade on David Benavidez' performance.
Oh, some shout out.
Thank you for the support.
So, why can't we get Caleb Plant, IBF 168-pound super middleweight champion, versus David Benavidez in June or July? If Canelo unified WBC, which is formerly David Benavidez's belt that he lost twice, once from cocaine and once from not missing weight. He looked well, by the way. He looked great. This is the best I've ever seen him look. And I'm talking about, we're not ranking Ronald Ellis. We're just saying he looked, you know, like he looked really good. And also the fact of him weighing at 167.2, training in Big Bear. I think he should stay up there. It's not, you know, I know it may be boring and all that, but he seems like a gamer. From my understanding, you know, he... Hold on.
You know, he's saying hi to everyone over here.
Hey, take your time out. Please like the video, subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. So, he's been training up in Big Bear. This is the best I've seen him look physically and skill-wise in the ring. And people forget he's only 24 years old. Two-time WBC champion.
The numbers in this match will demonstrate what Benavidez did. He normally lands 43% of his power punches landed, 54%. Tonight, 95 body punches landed, which is extraordinary. And we talked about the fact that he lands more jabs than any other super middleweight and did a decent job in the jab department as well. So on par with everything he normally does and better. And round by round, looking at the punches landed, according to show stats, the power punches landed, and Benavidez, you know, early on didn't get it going. Until that second round, and then things became lopsided. And landing 43 in the 8th, 45 in the 11th, 40 in the 6th. You know, that's extraordinary against a fighter who was not fighting a terrible fight. So that's pretty amazing.
You're not even breathing.
They combined to throw over 1,400 punches, a spirited affair.
Going back to the last round when, you know, they were before the referee Callas stepped in here. I mean, the combination punching is what's impressive here, and that's how you stop a fight when opponent's in trouble, by throwing combinations and making the referee feel that they're defenseless, and that's what.
My bad. Showtime be a little triggered sometimes, you know, when I be showing brief highlights, even though it's legal via fair use. But at the same time, you know, I just don't be trying to get into legal shit with them. You know, I don't know whoever they be running the shit that be policing people's shit like this. I mean, I be winning my copyrights, but still, they take the videos down, and by the time I get them back up, it'd be just like, you know, too fucking late. But what I was saying was, why can't we get Canelo? We're getting Canelo versus Saunders in May. Why can't we get Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez in June or July, and then a winner's fight. Doesn't that make sense? But it seems as though it's starting to really, really look like that Caleb Plant going to do whatever or sit around and do some bullshit until September or so if Canelo beats Saunders, because it's looking like definitely Canelo versus Caleb Plant is going to happen. It's looking like it's going to happen. And then you have Jermall Charlo, who's also 160-pound WBC middleweight champion. He's flirting with 168 pounds. So Caleb Plant's got to fight one of them. I'm tired of it. Let's listen to his post-fight interview. Please subscribe.
3 seconds of round number 11. A referee in charge, Johnny Callas, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
Sharper than a katana, David Benavidez, victorious here tonight, and we talk about him wanting to be a 3-time champ at 168. It's been done by Marcus Beyer and a couple of the Super 6 boxing series on Showtime years ago, Carl Froch and Mikkel Kessler.
Okay, thank you.
Let's bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood.
Mo, they completed 10 rounds. Boy, it started really well for Ronald Ellis. He won the first round on all 3 cards. On Don Trella's card, he didn't win another round. And on Tony Paolillo's and Tom Carasone's, he won 1 more round each. As far as my card goes, I agreed with Don Trella on every round in this fight. Don, I knew we could do it. But a one-sided win for David Benavidez. He won every round except for that first round on my card.
You and Don Trella going to do a buddy comedy?
We are buddies.
Next?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to go do his post-fight interview.
People will look at it and go, well, I've never seen anything Billy Joe does to beat Canelo. I know I can beat Canelo. He's beat some good names, he don't duck anybody.
Did I say in my last video how I'm just not feeling the Showtime Anytime app when it comes to like live events? You know, because you can't rewind. You know, also I purchased the Charlo doubleheader and the Leo Santa Tank David versus Leo Santa Cruz fight through the Showtime app, and I just they got to fix that. You know, they got to fix that. So what's David Benavidez do next? I think that he wants a big fight. You know, he seems as though and well, he actually said he doesn't rate Caleb Plant that highly, and that he wants Jermall Charlo. But I don't see PBC making that fight with no title being on the line. You dig me? I don't see that happening. So they're going to bullshit around each other. I mean, it makes sense. But like I said, David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant, that needs to happen. We're waiting for them to do the post-fight interview. And also I'm going to upload the post-fight press conference for David Benavidez, which I fell asleep for. But luckily I had it recording, the Zoom call recording. By the way, he was really trying to hurt Ronald Ellis, as he should be. You know, he did say in some build-up shoulder content that he enjoys hurting people and having them quit. In this case, the referee stopped it. But, you know, with his tall stance, his body is open. Now, one thing I do like is that he don't seem as though he'll be on the back foot with Canelo or he'll shell up. You know, it seems like he'll go out there and fight and that one of them's going to get knocked out. And I do rate him having more power than Callum Smith. And his punch placement. And he's only 24 years old. So even if he loses to Canelo, it would still be one of those learning type of fights for him. You dig me? Like Canelo did when he lost to Floyd. So we're waiting for him to sit there with Brian Custer. listen to the post-fight interview. Take your time out. Please like the video, subscribe, follow us at FightView360 on Twitter, or my personal Twitter, TStreet4Life. That's the number 4. Changing things around here. We're going to be doing a lot more streams. You know, I'm running these things. The top of the ship, I have help, but nonetheless, I'm the architect behind everything. So it takes a while, you know, to really get the plans for the year going. And as it stands right now, this is the most consistent year I'm going to have in quite some time.
Unbeaten David Benavidez. Congratulations, 21st knockout. You're a bad man. How would you rate your performance tonight?
I mean, I rated pretty good, but I know I could have did better, man. Ronald Ellis was a tough competitor, man, and I just hope the fans like what they've seen. You know, I do a lot of combinations, pushings and bunches. That's what they like to see, so I hope they had a good show tonight.
Was he tougher than you thought he was going to be?
Yeah, he was definitely tougher than I thought he was going to be, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes when you think you're going to stop early, you stop until late, you know what I mean? So my hats off to Ronald Ellis. Him and his team, they're all gentlemen, so, you know, hats off to them again.
What do you think your performance tonight said to the 168-pound division?
Well, you know, I want all the big guys, you know, and I feel like, speaking for the fans too, they would love to see me with all the big guys because, as you can see, you know, I love throwing punches, I love stopping people, so me against all the big names would be an amazing fight. You know, Charlo, Caleb, Plant, Canelo, all of them, I'm willing to fight all of them.
And you've made it no secret that you said next you would like Jermall Charlo. What would be the incentive for Jermall Charlo to come up to 168 to fight you?
Well, I mean, he was talking about me saying he can knock me out, so if it's that easy, come do it, man. You know what I mean? I feel like it makes sense for the company, for me and him. We both need that next step up, you know, to get into bigger and better things, so I feel like it makes sense on both parts.
So what is next for David Benavidez? Realistically, when do you see yourself fighting again and against who?
You know, whoever I'm willing to fight, you know, in August or September, whoever they want me to fight against, you know, I'm willing to fight whoever. I mean, it doesn't matter. Right now, I've been professional 8 years. I want some excitement. I want the big names, whoever. Come on, come on.
You know, one guy that you guys have had, it seems like 4 years now, is Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
When do we think we'll see a David Benavidez Caleb Plant
fight? Whenever he grows some balls, I'm ready right now. But let's see if he's not. I don't think he's ready right now. So wherever he wants to fight me, I'm right here standing.
And of course, everybody in this division wants Canelo Alvarez. You said, hey, look, I need to earn that fight. If you guys fought right now, do you think David Benavidez could take Canelo Alvarez?
I definitely feel like I'd beat Canelo Alvarez, and I feel like it would.
Right now,
I'd beat Canelo Alvarez, and I feel like it would be a great fight for the fans too. At the end of the day, people want to see great fights and fireworks, and that's what I give.
Yeah. And how long will we see David Benavidez at 168?
I mean, I was on weight the whole week. You know what I mean? This was the first time I've been on weight the whole week. You know, so I just relaxed. So with the diet, you know, the diet that I had and going back to Big Bear, I could stay at 168 for 3 more years.
Yeah. And do you see yourself continuing this training in Big Bear, or do you go back now with COVID winding down? Do you go back training at your home gym, or what?
No, definitely. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, my fans deserve. I deserve to give my fans 110% of myself every time I step into the training camp. And Big Bear is that sweet spot for me, so I'm gonna keep going back there until my career finishes.
All right, David Benavidez, that was really impressive tonight. Congratulations on the victory.
I dig it. Why the comeback so late in September? Okay, 4 in August against Angulo, Romer Alexis Angulo. Then Ronald Ellis. I get that's his, you know, March is his, you know, schedule. Then September, you know, August, September. And then March again. But in this case at 20, oh wait, he's still talking?
Before we recap our evening of boxing, here's what's coming up on Showtime.
So, you know, I think, you know, him and Caleb Plant should fight this summer. After all, Caleb Plant fought, when was his fight? In January. You know, so with the timelines are a little off. But nonetheless, you know, for a guy at his age, you know, I think he should be able to get back in June or July, especially since he didn't get no damage tonight. I don't know, boxing is really confusing, man, especially since I'm covering more and more UFC now. And I understand it's a big difference in pay. Everything's different over in the UFC. That's why Dana White tried to come over to boxing. He realized, like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you know? But this shit is kind of ridiculous, man. Why are these motherfuckers not fighting each other? When they want to fight each other, it's like, what the fuck? I have no confidence that Benavidez versus Charlo would happen without a title on the line. And Caleb Plant has the title. Because Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders winner, is going to have three of the belts, 3 of the major 4. The WBC, WBA Super, and the WBO in the ring. So they got to figure some shit out with that, because to be perfectly honest, and looking at the rankings, I don't want to see Caleb Plant. Remember, when you're a champion, you have to fight somebody in the top 15 of your sanctioning body, unless you move up or you unify. Here is the top 15 of the IBF. By the way, my website, our rankings are updated monthly in accordance with the sanctioning body. So, for example, the last time they were updated is at the top here. WBC, February 6th. They should be updated soon. WBA, March the 1st. IBF, February 4th. WBO, February 26th. And the Ring Magazine, March the 4th. So these are up to date. And then when champions change, of course, we just go in and, you know, just take them out, add the new champion, and remove the guy from the rankings. But when you look at the top 15 of the IBF, Caleb Plant has to pick one of these guys. You see what I'm saying? I mean, Danny Jacobs in there. Anthony Durrell, you know, that's possible. And my crazy ass would pick Anthony Durrell to beat Caleb Plant. I know I'm crazy as shit. Don't get me started, though. Don't get me started. So why not David Benavidez? Like, it doesn't make sense, and it's aggravating. It's aggravating. And if you look at Jermall Charlo, he got some shit down there too. Like, who would he fight in his top 15? Salusky? Come on, man. They got to do better. Got to do better. I'm T Street Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.